We welcome you back inside the Deborah F. Stanley Arena and Convocation Center here in Oswego, New York. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We apparently have not yet learned how to change batteries, and we're still learning, but we are underway. 19 minutes and 19 seconds left in period 2. No score changes since we last came back, and a huge thank you to our campus TV station for providing us with a camera operator for this portion of the game. Currently in control, number 13, Robin McAusland. McAusland attempts to dump down ice, not able to find or connect with any of her teammates. Evans able to keep control. Evans loses the puck to the Buckeyes, attempting to fight back. Not able to connect. Janik attempts to get in. Not able to maintain control of the puck. Instead, stopped early, seemingly, for most of the fans in the audience, and the sidelines would agree. Called early. However, Fiona Griffith's able to stop both of those attempts by the Buckeyes. Face-off will be in Oswego's defensive zone. Taking the defensive zone drop will be Nicole DeMarco for the Buckeyes, able to keep control, heading off to Keller. Keller back across, not able to make the connection, stopped by Sova. Sova in the back end of the Oswego State. A little bit of a trip up happening in the back corner. Elizabeth Evans comes in and seems to be getting into it with one of the Oswego State captains in the back corner, number 10, Allie Caskey. Caskey back across, not able to find a connection, instead collected by Robinson. Robinson back across to Caskey. Caskey trying to find the open Gracie Keller, able to do so, but waiting until all players are obviously on sides. Attempts the shot, grabbed, not made, save not made, puck is still loose in the zone, and is called a goal. Goal be credited to Gracie Keller. And Oswego seems to be a little bit frustrated by that. Emma Thompson heading over to talk to Griffiths quickly in the goal. Seems to be frustration from Oswego that the play was not called dead due to goalie interference. Sylvester will take the puck drop, able to maintain control. A little bit of a tangle up at center ice. Able to maintain control is the Buckeyes. Buckeyes move to their defensive zone, collected by number 15, Sydney DeMarco. DeMarco back across to 14, Haley O'Donnell. O'Donnell back across, trying to find an odd man rush, not able to do so. Scooped back up by Marie Sova. Sova passes back, not able to find any teammates, stopped by a kneeling Buckeye on the far boards. Collected in the offensive zone by number 17, Lucy Vidmar. Vidmar tries to find number 19, Abby Bouchon. Bouchon back across, not able to make a connection with a player on her own team, able to be collected by Oswego, stopped by the right skate of O'Donnell in the neutral zone. Sova attempts to maintain control. Sylvester will do so for her. Sova attempts to maintain even more control, not able to keep her stick on the puck. Puck comes loose, is collected by Sylvester in the back, and is actually recollected by the Buckeyes. Buckeyes will dump accidentally, seemingly, down ice. Will not be good for an icing, obviously coming off of a Buckeye stick. Collected by Janik. Janik back across, trying to find a teammate, but instead will keep it. Arm goes up for a penalty, looking for an Oswego penalty, and I think that they've got Oswego on a trip, and indicated by that official, they do indeed. And going into the box will be number 22, Emma Thompson. A 2-minute for tripping. So the power play opportunity presents itself for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, as we said in the beginning of the game, Ohio State, a fairly strong team offensively. Take away a defensive player, it's just going to get harder for Oswego. However, Oswego has stopped every power play they've faced this season, so this will be interesting to see how this goes. Puck drop comes out, comes back to Abby Cox. Cox trying to find number 9, McLaughlin. McLaughlin back across, back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin back across to number 6, Nicole DeMarco. DeMarco back across to the middle, trying to find a connection to DeMarco. DeMarco shot outside left, not making contact with Fiona Griffiths. DeMarco in control on the sideline. Janik. Goodness gracious, this is a whole conglomerate of people all over the puck. Back across, regain control is McLaughlin in the top of the offensive zone. Buckeyes will maintain control, although receiving fairly decent push in from Rachel Leibler for Oswego. And a goal will be scored by number 6, and that is Nicole DeMarco, her second of this matchup. Which means that Ohio State has 2 players that could possibly pull out a hat trick with only 15 minutes left in period 2. Entirely possible for the Buckeyes. Puck will come back up to center ice for face-off. Taking the face-off for Oswego is Sylvester. Taking it for Ohio is O'Donnell. O'Donnell gets mixed up there with a couple of Oswego Lakers. Oswego dumps the puck down ice, dumped down by Sova, attempting to find a teammate, not able to do so. Sova comes in barreling through, attempting to find her teammate, Annalise Moylan, the number 1 scorer for their team this season. Not able to do so. Instead, Buckeyes will take back control. O'Donnell in the offensive push, trying to find control to get it to Vidmar across the ice. Not able to do so. Oswego will take possession. Possession back to Moylan. Moylan back across to her teammate on the side, number 13. Colleen Barrett. Barrett back across, looking for a connection. Not able to do so. Ohio State will take back control. Control gained by number 17, Vidmar. Vidmar back across, looking for the one-on-one break. 19 not able to follow through. Bouchon not able to find or connect on that puck. Instead gets wrapped up and pushed into the boards by Oswego. One-on-one connection on the far side of the boards. Janik looking for a connection, not able to do so. Physicality on the far side of the board there as 2 Oswego players take on, and still tangled up together are Oswego and Ohio State. Hands being tossed up in the air by both of those players. The Oswego player being the Ohio State player being number 7, Colette Janik, number 19 for Oswego, Elizabeth Evans, both being put in the box, which means that we have a 4-on-4 opportunity. Both are being given a 2-minute minor. Timeout being taken by Oswego. So judging by what the official just called up to the box, it sounds like they will offset the penalties and they will play 5-on-5 to continue this full strength on full strength, despite those individuals still being in the box. Evans is going to attempt to rejoin her team for a conversation, but instead grabs the water bottle, heads back to the bench. Conversations happening on both sidelines right now. As the Oswego team, you're talking about how do we get this in the offensive zone more? How do we maintain control? How do we defeat this incredible offensive zone coverage that the Buckeyes are putting forward? On the Ohio bench, high fives all around. They've been doing incredible. They've got control, they're keeping their stick into the game, and they are getting offensive opportunities, and clearly, with the score being 5-0, have capitalized on these opportunities that they're putting forward. Still waiting for the teams to retake the ice here. And the whistle from the official will indicate it is time to come back from the benches. 14 minutes and 11 seconds left on this second of third period. Buckeyes are back out, ready to go, waiting on Oswego. And here they come, back out onto the ice to take the defensive face-off in Oswego's defensive zone. Face-off won by the Buckeyes. Taking control is DeMarco. DeMarco with the shot outside to the wide right, and it goes in over the shoulder of Fiona Griffiths in the goal, leading this game now to a 6-0 lead for the Buckeyes. And an incredible offensive showing here for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They drove all the way up here, and they're already winning 6-0. 14 minutes left in the second period. Face off at center ice. Won by the Buckeyes. Buckeyes back across to Sydney DeMarco. DeMarco back up across, not able to find Keller. Keller looking for control. Instead, it will end up in DeMarco's stick again. Knocked up by Emma Thompson, heading back down towards the Buckeyes' defensive zone. Oswego pushes on offense for the first time we've seen since about 5.5 minutes ago. Instead, the Buckeyes will push back on offense, looking at DeMarco. DeMarco looking for Keller, and an offsides will be called. Face-off will move back to neutral ice. And I've seen at least 3 times in the last 30 seconds, 3 different players from the Oswego team look up at this clock wondering how much time is left on this. That is not the mentality as a coach that you want to see from your players that are down 6-0 with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left in this period. A whole nother period to play after this. Oswego will maintain control. Sova in control in the back ice. Attempts to find Liebler. Liebler not able to maintain control. Instead, it will be pushed back out to number 13, who attempts to take her shot. Maintains control for 13, who I, for some reason, do not have a name for. Robin McCausland, there we go. Goodness gracious, you'd think for somebody who was attempting a hat trick that I could remember McCausland's last name, but apparently not. Instead, McCausland is going to pass back to Abby Bouchon. Bouchon not able to maintain control, and a little bit of a trip up there on the line with Sylvester against the glass, and will clear out, and the official tripping himself up a little bit on the sideline. Griffiths' attempt to lay down on it was not able to get a glove on it. Instead, McCausland is going to attempt to maintain control, but will pass it off to Angramson instead. Angramson across to McLaughlin. McLaughlin attempt on a shot, wide open, not able to find the dropping puck out of the sky. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, not quite. Instead, we'll go back to McLaughlin, who has been in a major control point for these Buckeyes in the last 3.5 minutes or so. McLaughlin finds all the way up to the top to Cox. Cox not able to maintain control, trying to find number 3 for Angramson and not able to connect, and is blocked by Griffiths heartily in the goal. McCausland back in control of the puck in the neutral zone, attempting to find a little bit of a stick kick there, and it seems like she may have a little bit of frustration with that. Barrett in control now, attempting to pass back, passes back to Thompson. Thompson able to pass forward, not able to connect with the stick of a teammate. Instead, it will go back, and hands are up for an icing. Puck will come all the way back to the Oswego defensive zone for a face-off. And these Oswego players look tired. It's a short bench for them. 5 on the ice, 5 on the bench. Only one goalie. She's the only option they have. One of the hardest things to play a game where you are the only individual that can take on that goalie tender position. Face-off will be in the Oswego defensive zone. Won by Oswego. Takes control is Thompson. Thompson looking for a teammate. Instead chooses to dump it down ice. No icing called as Oswego had a player in the zone for that attempt. Moylan attempting to maintain control of the puck, not able to do so. Instead, will play a chase game of cat and mouse with the puck in the offensive zone for Oswego. Tries to find a connection, is not able to do so. Is number 14, Rachel Liebler, stopped nicely by Savannah Sipp, who has only had a handful of shot save opportunities in this game so far. The shots on goal, I don't have an official number. I'm not even going to try and make one up. It's got to be so lopsided, it's not even funny. But that's okay, because we can still come back. If you're Lincoln as a coach, we can still come back. We can still make this happen. It's 6-0. You've got 10 minutes left in the second period and a whole 20-minute period. Heading back down the ice is Elizabeth Evans, who ends up getting called for icing. Puck will come all the way back down to the Oswego offensive zone for a puck drop. And Moylan over here looking like she is raring to go. Wants more shots on this goal, but just has not been able to maintain control. Not just her, the entire Oswego team has not been able to maintain this control to keep these offensive zone opportunities as a choice. Oswego wins the offensive zone shot. Shot taken by Evans, not able to maintain connection, and instead will go all the way back to the goalie, Fiona Griffiths, who will lay on it as an attempt for a rush was made by Haley O'Donnell for Ohio State. Griffiths thankfully got a glove on that and was able to call for a stoppage in play. Defensive zone for the face-off for Oswego. Won by the Buckeyes. Shot taken by number 10, Allie Caskey. Instead, caught like a baseball outfielder by Fiona Griffiths for another stoppage in play. I don't even think Annalise Moylan moved from the start circle, so that's good for her. She's not able. She doesn't have to skate anywhere. We're going to do that shot again. This time, Oswego takes the win and moves it down ice. Not able to find a connection with number 11, Casey Sullivan. Instead, it will go back to the control of the Buckeyes. Buckeyes seemingly forgetting that the ice is slippery every once in a while, and that's okay, so do I. Instead, we're going to find number 4, Gracie Keller. Keller all the way up to her assistant alternate captain, number 6, Nicole DeMarco. DeMarco back across, looking for Caskey. Caskey not able to make that shot happen. Attempts, and in it goes for Caskey. Caskey puts a goal on the board for the Buckeyes, making this a 7-0 game. 9 minutes, 54 seconds left in the second period. Puck will come back to center ice for the face-off. Sylvester in the circle for the face-off. Wins the face-off for Oswego. Barrett heading up ice, not able to maintain control. Instead, DeMarco will maintain control for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes lose possession of the puck. Hard pass back across to Barrett. Barrett not able to maintain the puck on the ice. Instead flies off into the control of number 13, Robin McAuslin. McAuslin loses control of the puck. Back to Janovic. Janik rushing forward for this attempt, tries to find a teammate. No one is open. Makes a dump down ice. Did not, according to the official, cross the blue line. Caskey looking for a teammate, not able to find one, will be recovered by number 22, Emma Thompson, for the Oswego team. Number 14, Rachel Liebler, looking to make an opportunity out of this. Not able to do so. Number 13 for the Buckeyes, McAuslin, taking control. Again, heading down ice solo is number 3, Angrimson. Angrimson not able to make a chance out of that. Instead will be reconnected by Sylvester on the far side of the boards. Angrimson looking for an opportunity, trying to find number 5. Cox not able to connect with the back of the net. Thompson taking the opportunity to reset, pull back this puck, and not able to maintain the control, and instead will lose the puck to the Buckeyes right in the offensive zone. Attempted shot by Cox not made. Puck will be recovered by McLaughlin in the offensive zone. McLaughlin back along those sideboards, pushing back along to the front. Hand is raised for a delayed penalty. Penalty is going to be on Oswego for hooking. And this will be the second power play opportunity that the Ohio State Buckeyes will have. They capitalized on the first one. Will they be able to capitalize on this one? Now, it is worth mentioning that Fiona Griffiths has stopped a large majority of these shots, obviously allowing 7 in, but the shot number has got to be at least north of 30 or 40 at this point. And I would say that a 40 for 7 is not bad. 40 for 47, I apologize, would not be bad. Oswego wins the faceoff. Taken by Evans. Evans loses the puck, attempting to regain control from Angrimson. Angrimson not able to maintain that. Stopped by Sylvester in a body block. Back to Angrimson along the close boards. Angrimson back across, attempts a shot, clicked up and put in behind the back by Riley Robinson, the defenseman for the Buckeyes, which means that Ohio State is 2 for 2 on their power plays. And what a performance to be 2 for 2 and be up 8-0 with 7 minutes and 42 seconds left in this period. Whole third period to play. Still plenty of time for Oswego to start putting goals up on the board. But what they need to do is start getting this puck in the offensive zone. Can't score from the defensive zone. You can't hang out back on your own section of ice. Need to get into the offensive zone. They can do it. They just need to work on getting to the offensive zone. Puck controlled by Keller. Keller a little tripped up with Sylvester on the sideline. Little bit of physicality there. Stopped again by the official, who seems like he has found the puck with his foot more times than anybody else, which is kind of wild. Taking control is Ohio State. Passing across to DeMarco. DeMarco tries to find a player down ice and instead is stopped by Evans. Evans dumps down ice for an attempt at a offensive clearance, but instead will be called for icing. The puck will come all the way back. Hands being raised by Evans in the defensive zone for Oswego, seemingly frustrated with a little bit of physicality from Ohio State. And like I said at the beginning of this stream, Ohio State is a very physical team. 12 penalties in the last game that they played on the road against West Virginia University. And the puck won by Oswego State, but cleared all the way down to Ohio, and the Buckeyes will request an icing. And we will come all the way back down to the same circle we were just in the defensive zone for Oswego. Taking the puck drop for Oswego will be the captain, Nicole Sylvester, a senior here in Oswego. 4 assists, no goals for her 5 games of 7 that she's played, and wins the faceoff, but attempts to take the shot, loses it to Caskey. Caskey made the shot, went over the top. Caskey back in control, back across to Keller. Keller looking for a teammate, looking for DeMarco. DeMarco not able to follow through. Griffiths got a body block in front of that. And it looks like she'll block a secondary shot by DeMarco at that point too. Oswego trying their hardest to get into this offensive zone. Claims not crossed the blue line by the official. Oswego in control. Evans moving the puck up ice, trying to find a connection, but instead will get a stick poke all the way in by Ohio State. Ohio pass back across to DeMarco. DeMarco looking for her teammate Keller in the shot block, and it's a goal from Keller. Keller finds the right-hand side of the goal, runs it right by Fiona Griffiths on that right-hand side. which makes it 9-0 for Ohio State Buckeyes. And I think a good chunk of this comes down to the fact that Ohio State is talking. They're communicating, they're yelling between players. Oswego has not done that. There's a lot of throwing hands up and trying to call things out, but what we really need is for Oswego to start putting together their own plays. Communicate with your teammates. Ohio takes control in the defensive zone. Passes forward to number 14, O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to find a connection and seems to complain about one of the connections that was made with an Oswego player. Instead, McDevitt is going to actually take this forward. McDevitt attempts a shot, stopped by the skate of an Oswego player, and Evans will take control in the back ice. Shot is in front, stopped stellarly by Griffins. The shot was attempted by Bouchon, stopped by a body block of Griffiths, and Oswego will elect to slap shot this out of the offensive zone back to neutral ice to force Ohio to reset. Puck is being pushed forward by number 15, DeMarco, the other DeMarco. DeMarco will push heavily forward, attempting to find an open player and is not able to do so. A little bit of a battle in the corner for the puck here, as Oswego's Brianna Saunders is attempting to break up the play. And seems like she will be able to do so as Evans takes control in back ice, attempting to find that clearance and get it down to the Ohio State section. Will not be an icing as it tipped off of an Oswego player's, an Ohio State skate, and instead will be passed forward and recovered by Sylvester. Sylvester back across, looking down ice, and will be called an icing for Ohio State players, and no one from Oswego chasing that puck down. And a lot of players from Oswego looking very tired right now. I've seen a lot of looking up at the clock. I've seen a lot of heavy breathing coming back to the bench. And you can imagine losing a game 9-0 takes the wind out of you. You're getting physically beat both on the offense and the defense. And it's tough. Oswego, to their credit, staying in this and putting in the effort to try and stay in control of the puck. Not able to do so as Angramson is going to take control for the Buckeyes. Attempted to take it is Pastor, but she's not able to maintain control. Instead, Sylvester will take it back and attempt to dump down ice. Stopped by McCausland. McCausland attempting to find number 3, Angramson. Angramson looking to find McCausland again. McCausland back across, takes the shot. Stopped is number 9, McLaughlin. Stopped by Griffiths in the Oswego defensive zone. And we will have a defensive face-off for the Oswego State team here. Taking this is going to be Sylvester for Oswego. And wins it. Able to maintain it is Moylan. Moylan moving forward on a one-on-one, attempts, dings it off the top of the crossbar, not able to get it low enough to get behind. Instead, we'll find Barrett in control at the top of the arc, able to try and find Moylan. Moylan looking for control, instead gets wrapped up in the corner with number 17, Vidmar. Vidmar looking to pass across, instead clears it back out, goes all the way down, off of an Oswego State stick, and will not be an icing. Looking for control, a little bit of miscommunication there with the Oswego State team. Is Moylan. Moylan has control, finding Sylvester. Sylvester moving across to the far boards, loses control to the Buckeyes. Number 6, DeMarco. DeMarco back across to 13, back up front to Angramson. Angramson looking across, trying to find Cox, is able to connect, but is not able to capitalize on anything. Trying to find, gets wrapped up with Moylan. Moylan back across to Sylvester. Sylvester back over to the corner. Instead finds Keller for Ohio State and is cleared with the stick of Griffiths. Gets wrapped up as Keller in the corner. Keller in control, trying to find a teammate and will not be able to, but accidentally punts it back over to DeMarco. DeMarco attempts to take the shot, is not able to connect with anyone in the corner. Caskey with a shot attempt, looking for Keller, not able to complete that shot. Stopped easily by Griffiths. DeMarco in the corner, wrapped up with Oswego players. Comes out with it is Keller. Keller attempting to find a player, and instead they will find DeMarco, who takes 2 shots, both stopped on the pads of Griffiths. And an incredible shot by Annalise Moylan on her breakaway towards the other end of the Ohio State defensive zone. Oswego finally putting up some good shots on goal here from the offensive zone. We need to see more of that if we hope to see these things improve. Oswego wins the face-off. Taking it is Rachel Liebler. Liebler not able to make a connection, loses the puck back to Janik. Janik back across, finds contact with number 14, Haley O'Donnell. O'Donnell takes the shot, ricocheted off the skate. Instead, almost finds number 9, and instead finds number 19, Abby Bouchon, for the 10th goal for Ohio State here in this matchup. Now, I will say, from the broadcasting booth, that goal seemed more of a goal of convenience and luck than it did 100% skill. And as much as Ohio is winning 10-0 with 1 minute and 39 seconds left in period 2, Oswego is starting to gain their traction and gain their footing on these offensive plays. A little bit of back and forth here with the puck drop. And we're down. The Buckeyes win control in the defensive zone for their team currently is Janik. Janik trying to find a cross, instead finds number 17 Vidmar. Vidmar back across to number 7 Janik. Will not leave it for Janik, instead pushes it into the offensive zone. Gets wrapped up with Evans in the corner. Gets a defensive push from Liebler. Liebler gets that puck free. That puck comes free to number 14, Haley O'Donnell, who tries to cross it instead, finds Pastor, who pushes that further down ice to clear it out of the zone. McDevitt in the corner finds a connection to number 17, Vidmar. Vidmar not able to capitalize on that and loses the puck possession back to the Lakers. Bouchon in the front corner finds Vidmar. Vidmar battling in the corner for the puck, loses it to Oswego. All of Oswego's players ended up in the corner. No one down ice for that dump. Comes back to Janik. Janik back across to number 18, McDevitt. McDevitt back across looking for a teammate. Instead will take this forward on her own, 1-on-3. Attempts to whip it around, comes off the skate of Evans and back into possession of the Buckeyes. Vidmar back across, tries to find McLaughlin, finds McLaughlin in the back ice, but finds some pushback from Evans along the side, and in goes Abby Cox, feet first into the goal, and we will get a delayed penalty call on Oswego. Hands go up in the air like everybody's got a question in middle school, but instead it will be a penalty on Oswego. And it seems like the officials are discussing what this penalty will be, as the Buckeyes seem confident that it will be a power play for them. Some conversations happening between the officials and the Oswego State team on their defensive zone, I think attempting to figure out who the penalty was on, and it will be a hooking call. It will be a hooking on number 4. No, I correct myself. It will be a hooking call, but it will be on Oswego for number 11. Some conversation here between the Oswego State coach and the official. Seems to be some disagreement as to the call that was made, seeing as it was a loop-to-loop and pull way of getting to what we ended up needing, which was the final call of a hooking. But we got there, and it will be an Ohio State power play for the 3rd time this game. They capitalized on the first two. Can they capitalize on the third power play of the game? Already up 10-0, 6.4 seconds left in the second period. Will be a 2-minute minor for Oswego. Sylvester enters the circle for the puck drop for the last 6.5 seconds of period 2 before we take a break and come back for period 3. We are awaiting something. The official is discussing the fact that there is no power play clock running currently. It seems like we're not the only ones having technical difficulties today, but that's okay. Face-off won by the Buckeyes, collected by number 11, Riley Robinson, who will take a shot, and that will go off the right-hand side, which will come back as a no-goal. And we will end period 2. 10-0, the score currently, Ohio State on top. Heading into a 15-minute break between periods 2 and 3. And when we come back, period 3, last period, the 20-minute period for this game. Ohio State versus Oswego here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena and Convocation Center in Oswego. Thank you for joining us. And we're in for period 3 here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena and Convocation Hall in Oswego, New York. Taking the ice are the 4 Oswego players. As some of you may remember, we are having the runoff for a 1 and 54-second remaining portion of the 2-minute minor for hooking on number 11, Casey Sullivan from Oswego. No resurfacing of the ice between second and third period. A new thing for me, that's for sure. A very brief 5-minute intermission. Just a chance for the coaches to talk with their teams, get people on the sideline engaged, and get a game plan created for this last period of play. Final 20 minutes coming your way for Ohio State versus Oswego State. Ohio State on top, 10-0. Sylvester into the circle for the faceoff, following also Haley O'Donnell for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Oswego will win the faceoff and elect to dump down ice. Chased closely by Annalise Moylan. Moylan loses possession, connected with DeMarco. DeMarco moving back up ice, finds Cox. Cox open, slips it up and loses contact. Ends up giving it back to Angrensen in the offensive zone. Angrensen back trying to find number 14, Haley O'Donnell. Haley O'Donnell not able to maintain control, instead hands it off to number 15, Sydney DeMarco. DeMarco back across, finds number 11, Riley Robinson. Robinson not able to make much of it. Takes the puck shot to the face mask is Fiona Griffiths, who's able to sit down on it, and instead a bit of a tussle happened right outside of the Oswego goal. Some serious physicality, as we were talking about in the beginning of this game, and seemingly has continued all the way through this entire conflict between these two teams. Seems to be a lot of back and forth. Again, still a power play for Ohio State. 41 seconds. The clock's still running. Accidentally, I'm assuming. And a stoppage in play called. The clock not quite accurate, still running, even though the play call has stopped. Roughly 19 minutes left in the game on average. I'm not quite sure how long. The officials have not noticed yet either, and I think they might just let it slide. Buckeyes end up winning the face-off. Angrensen in control, passes it off to Cox. Cox can't find a connection, instead collected by DeMarco at the end of the circle. Attempts to find Cox to make the shot, not able to make a connection with the stick. Instead goes to the boards. Passes back across to Robinson. Robinson loses control in a face-off, 2v1. Bases back is Moylan. Moylan not able to make connection with the stick, but did force the goalie, Savannah Sipp, out of the crease. In control is number 14, Haley O'Donnell, on the far side of the boards. Passes it off to Angrensen. Angrensen is in control, looking for a teammate. Gets a stick in there is the captain, Nicole Sylvester. Sylvester not able to make much of that opportunity, instead passes it back across to 13, Robin McGoslin. McGoslin passes it, finds a contact with number 6, Nicole DeMarco. DeMarco back across, finds McGoslin. McGoslin looking for the shot, takes it wide right, misses it, passes it off to Keller. Keller in control, looking for a teammate, tries to find number 6, DeMarco, not able to do so, ends up ricocheting off of an Oswego stick, heads back to Janik. Janik in control, in a battle with 22, Thompson in the corner on the boards. Turns into a 4-on-4 or a 2-on-2 on the far boards. Oswego pulls away with the puck. Passes back to number 15. After they find Evans. Evans in control in the back ice, gets wrapped up in some physicality with number 6, Nicole DeMarco from Ohio State. A lot of physicality against the boards. Thompson in control, tries to find the outside for Sullivan. Sullivan not able to keep connection on that stick. Instead, in control, Janik. Janik tries to find the shot, does not make connection. Little bit of trip up in the corner, and DeMarco not able to keep control of that puck. Instead, DeMarco passes back out to number 10, Ailey Caskey. Ailey Caskey not able to make it, and some physicality from the Oswego players towards number 7, Janik. Some heavy hitting coming in from Emma Thompson. Thompson now her second trip to the bench and the penalty box. And it will be a 2-minute minor, seemingly for cross-checking. This is now, Ohio State is 2 for 3 on power plays with a 4th power play opportunity. Passes it forward, tries to find number 6, DeMarco. DeMarco not able to capitalize. Instead, the puck will leave the offensive zone, head back to neutral ice. Ohio will have to regroup. No offsides call called. Good connection. Attempts to find DeMarco. DeMarco not able to capitalize or maintain control. She gains control over by the boards. Attempts to find a player from her own team. Not able to do so. Will ricochet back off of Janik's stick to DeMarco. DeMarco takes the shot. Stopped by Fiona Griffiths, and a pad stop in the goal. Finds Janik. Janik looking across, attempting to find number 13, McCausland not able to do much as the stick of an Oswego player gets in the way. McCausland fighting. A lot of chippiness coming from this Oswego bench currently. And a penalty goes up in the air as a hand is raised by the official on the close boards. And the puck will be called dead for a slashing call on Oswego. And some disappointment and frustration coming from this Oswego team, as it seems like they are the only ones who have been penalized so far. Number 19, Elizabeth Evans, going into the box for a 2-minute slashing call. And it seems like the clock is going to continue to run. And that's going to be a 2-minute minor on number 19, Elizabeth Evans, for a slashing call. In control is DeMarco. DeMarco not able to capitalize, hands it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin back across, does not find a connection. Instead, passes it back to McCausland, passes it across to DeMarco, takes the shot, blocked by the stick of Griffiths. Finds Janik. Janik trying to find a connection. Instead, finds connection with Emma Thompson on her return to the ice from her penalty. Really hard connection and some serious physicality on the far side of the boards with the Oswego team throwing punches, seemingly, with number 6, Nicole DeMarco, who seemingly boarded, and pushed the player Annalise Moyland into the boards. Annalise Moyland responding with some fighting words and some physicality of her own, which will put this at a 4-on-3 for the Lakers. I apologize. It looks like it's going to be a 4-on-4. Some chippiness still coming from the box as they taunt each other from similar positions, both in the penalty box. It's going to be 5-on-4. And it sounds like it's going to be a penalty for checking. 2-minute minor. Unsure why, but the clock does continue to run even after the whistle is blown. This is now the 4th time we've done it. I don't know if it's an intention. And Elizabeth Evans attempts to leave, seeing as it's the end of her penalty, and instead is told to go back in so that she can exit at a later time. Now back to 5-on-5 for Oswego. Number 14, Haley O'Donnell attempts the shot on the goal, not made. Fiona Griffiths makes the stop. Oswego will maintain control. Thompson in control of the puck. Tries to find number 18, Nicole Sylvester, not able to do so. Instead will be recollected by number 14. A shot made by number 19, Abby Bouchon, not able to connect or find the back of the net. Stopped handily by Fiona Griffiths. A lot of chippiness coming in this last roughly 11 minutes of play in period 3 between these two very physical teams. 5-on-5, still the game, even though we do have one player each in the box for each team. Stopped and off of the pad into the goal will be the shot by number 15, Sydney DeMarco. Sydney DeMarco made that shot, attempted to make the stop with Fiona Griffiths is that right-hand pad, and instead got a terrible bounce off of the pad and found the back right corner of the Oswego net, making it 11-0 Ohio. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock here in period 3. Referee seemingly now noticing the clock has been running continuously for the last 10 minutes. Does not choose to say anything about it. Instead, Ohio State will take control of the puck. Heads it off to number 11, Riley Robinson. Robinson in connection with the boards in the back corner. Finds Moylan. Moylan attempting to maintain control. Cannot do so. Passes it off to number 13. McAustin back on the offensive zone, loses control to Moylan. Moylan takes the shot, handily taken care of by Sip in the goal. McAustin back on the move towards the offensive zone for the Buckeyes. Attempts to make her way through. Instead is stopped by the Oswego State players and is turned around by Sova. Sova clears it back to the back corner of the ice and finds number 13, Barrett. Barrett attempting to maintain control is not able to do so, and Sova will take control for her in front of the goal. Barrett puts a stick down, not able to make contact with the puck. Instead, taking control is number 11 for the Buckeyes, Riley Robinson. Robinson not able to maintain control. Puck will clear back into neutral ice. Ohio State will need to clear in order to maintain a non-offsides call. The push back through. Number 3, Angramson, looking for number 9, able to find her, but not able to find the back of the net is McLaughlin. McLaughlin still battling in the back for the puck, not able to make sure anything is clear. Takes the shot off of the knee pad of Griffiths. And what a stop. Robinson tries to make the pass up top, stopped by Pastor. Pastor not able to make much of a change out of that. Instead, changes it back to McAustin. McAustin solo, 1-on-3, trying to find her teammate, Keller. Not able to find Keller in the offensive zone. Puck will clear back, called no icing off of the stick of DeMarco. DeMarco will take control, pushing back forward, is a 3-on-3. DeMarco takes the shot off the stick of number 19, Evans. Evans takes it, ricocheted off of Caskey's stick, and stopped handily by the glove of Griffiths. And roughly 7.5, maybe 7 3/4 of a minute, 7 minutes 45 seconds left in this period. Strange way to phrase that, but that's okay. Same time, same place. And we will continue to have 5-on-5 hockey for Oswego and Ohio. Puck drop won by Ohio State. Taking it is Janik. Janik trying to find DeMarco in the offensive zone, not able to do so. DeMarco now finding control in the puck, and instead, Evans for Oswego will take control. Evans will move forward to find control and move it into the offensive zone. Instead, she will maintain that power and move forward, trying to find Moylan. Moylan not able to get clear and open of an Ohio State player. Janik in the back ice, looking for number 18, Maddie McDevitt. McDevitt not able to maintain control, and instead will clear this down ice, which is stopped by Thompson. Thompson trying her hardest to maintain that offensive pressure and not able to do so. Turns around, hands it off to number 10, Allie Caskey. Allie Caskey looking for number 6, Nicole DeMarco, not able to make it. DeMarco takes an offhand shot, not able to do anything with that. Moylan looking to maintain that offensive pressure. 3 on, Moylan will change out. Sylvester solo, pushing up to 2, not able to do anything with it. Ohio State will maintain control. Janik on the side, pushing for control is Janik. Janik looking for some sort of offensive push, and in attempting to find a teammate, the one she was aiming for ended up leaving the ice, and O'Donnell will maintain control on the close side. O'Donnell looking for the side, and instead will not find anyone but the sideboards, and Casey Sullivan will maintain control for Oswego State. And a shot made by number 18, McDevitt. McDevitt will not find the back of the net. Sova stopping a shot there before it even gets to Griffiths in the goal. And number 17, Vidmar for Ohio State in control currently, being chased down by number 14, Rachel Liebler. Liebler not able to keep a stick on it, and we will get the cross to Janik. Janik looking for the shot. Instead, will elect to back pass it back to number 17, Vidmar. Vidmar tries to take the shot, goes wide right, not even close to the goal. And instead, we'll find Ohio State number 18, McDevitt in control, which is taken by Oswego State and moved forward, which is then recollected by Janik. Janik in the offensive zone, 1-on-2, tries to find a connection and instead finds an Oswego State stick. Cleared easily by Griffiths and her stick from the goalie spot. Thompson moving forward, trying to find, instead will fall to the ice in a battle in the corner. Connecting now is McLaughlin. McLaughlin trying her hardest to find a connection and is not able to do so. Collected in the offensive zone by number 19, Bouchon. Bouchon trying to find connection and is sat on by Griffiths in a battle with the stick of McLaughlin. 11-0, Oswego on the 0 side, Ohio on the 11. 4.5 minutes left to play in period 3. Been an offensive dominant game for Ohio State Buckeyes here, and they will seemingly continue their next series of games continuing undefeated. Like I said at the beginning, they are undefeated, currently 6-0, Oswego 1-6, which was a difficult thing to overcome in the beginning. The Buckeyes, number 5, Cox, takes control of the puck, moves it to number 3, Angramson. Angramson tries to clear it, does not find a connection. Instead, physicality, connection in the back with the physical body checks, and one of them fall to the ground. As Evans attempts to maintain control, she almost gets it and instead gets knocked to the ground by Angramson. Angramson finds number 5, Abby Cox, and seemingly finds number 9, Abby McLaughlin, for the goal on the back of the Oswego State net. And a lot of confusion occurring there for Oswego State. A lot of blue and a lot of white and a lot of green all of a sudden flashing around. Not quite sure who was in charge of what there. But there was a little bit of a mix-up, and it led to Ohio taking now a 12-0 lead. Puck drop won by Ohio State. Ohio State's Keller will take it on the outside, trying to connect with DeMarco, not able to find DeMarco's stick. DeMarco will push forward, Pastor for Oswego, trying to break that up. Instead, it'll be Sova. Sova in the backfield, trying to find it. Moving forward is Keller. Keller trying to loop it around, instead gets caught on DeMarco's skate and will have to be cleared back out to find another connection. Sylvester trying to get a stick in there and block it up, and she will do so as Keller chases it to the front corner. Evans in the corner, attempting to battle for the puck here with DeMarco. Assisted in there by Sylvester, the captain, coming in to save her teammate and maintain connection. Is not able to maintain control of the puck much in that zone, but Moyer attempting to get her stick in there to break that up and is able to do so. A good breakup in a stick connection by Moyer, able to make sure that Evans is good and get control of the puck. And Evans will come away with the puck here, looking for a forward momentum offensive play, and she's one-on-one, headed towards the goal, and she's almost able to go over, and it goes over the top of the goalie and rolls back out of the goal. Keller on the offensive play tries to find number 19, Abby Bouchon. Bouchon not able to do anything with it, and 14, no goal is called from the official as a high stick is called from the Ohio State side. Goal would have been credited to Haley O'Donnell, would have been her 3rd for this matchup, but instead is called a no goal and will be brought back to neutral ice for a face-off. An incredible attempt by Elizabeth Evans to make that goal, and it doesn't get much closer than that. It hit just about everything it could except for the back of the net on that shot. Hit the goalie, hit the back of the goalie's helmet, hit the goalpost, hit the ice in between the goalposts, but could not find the back of the net, leaving it a still 12-0 game with 48 seconds left in this matchup. Puck will come flying off into the Oswego State bench, thankfully not hitting anybody, including the coach. Roughly 30 seconds left. Clock is still running despite the referee whistle. And it seems like we might run out the clock here. One more face-off possible with 18 seconds left in the game. Can Oswego do anything with it? And instead, some serious physicality, dropping of gloves from Emma Thompson, which will leave out the last 5 seconds of this game. And that will do it here in Oswego with some serious physicality and some waving and chirping back and forth from these two teams. That is a risky maneuver if you are an Oswego State player losing a game 12-0 and going out and waving goodbye to the visiting Ohio State Buckeyes. We will keep you live here for these handshakes, and I'm hoping that we can maintain some sort of professionalism for this handshake series. And it seems like they will be able to do so for this Oswego and Ohio State game. Final score, Ohio State 12, Oswego 0. End of period 3 for the visiting Buckeyes. A big win on the road to maintain their perfect record, now moving to 7-0 in ACHA Women's Division II Ice Hockey. We thank you for joining us here on the ACHA Women's Ice Hockey YouTube live stream. And for us here in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena and Convocation Center, we bid you good night, and we will see you next time.